Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure was the first entry in the most successful Toys to Life video game franchise, wherein one placed physical figurines on a magical portal, transporting them to the faraway interactive world of Skylands. And what is Skylands? Well, it's an ancient place of wonder and mystery, wherein magic flows through everything, every rock, every tree, and every creature. It is a realm of heroes, a dimension of danger and daring, a universe of majesty unbound. If that description sounds particularly enticing, that's because it's paraphrased from the game's gorgeous opening cinematic, set alongside an enchanting score by Hans Zimmer. It's a thrilling introduction told by Master Eon, the last of the Portal Masters. Or at least, he was the last until you came along. In Skylanders, you, the player, are the protagonist. With Eon defeated, you are tasked to protect Skylands from the forces of darkness and chaos, by placing ancient warriors on your portal of power, channeling their might and magic to defend all that is good and beautiful. And this is all just as wonderful as it sounds. The portal glows with ominous energy, beckoning a powerful sorcerer to utilize it. And when a figure is placed upon it, they burst to life on your screen, ripping through the ethereal void to declare their purpose. More than any other game I've ever played, Skylanders makes the player an integral part of the experience. There is no fourth wall, because in Skylanders, the fourth wall is literally the bridge between player and experience. The fourth wall is the portal of power itself. Thankfully, the game itself is exceptional at keeping up this joyful fantasy atmosphere. Each toy has its own distinct personality through bombastic voice lines, distinctive movesets, brilliant character designs, and, well, the same can be said of just about everything here. This game is relentlessly joyful. It's bursting with life, striking a perfect balance between childish comedy and serious storytelling. Each character, setting, and plot beat is highly memorable through this harmony. Skylanders is wacky without being overbearing, and it's tastefully self-aware without demolishing believability. This is a world rich with lore, both farcical and fantastical. You'll unearth a long-lost civilization of arrogant, prideful conquering warlords who dared fuse magic with technology. And then you'll read some backstory about that unfortunate time people tried to use oil as hair gel. It is truly masterful to harbor both tones successfully, let alone for such a long duration. This vibrant personality is felt just as well in the gameplay. Fundamentally, Skylanders is a top-down action RPG in the vein of Gauntlet. It's fully cooperative, arcadey, and high action. But functionally, it is a world-spanning adventure, where you cross the chain of time into a decommissioned magical fortress, raid a Cyclops castle, delve the depths of a Leviathan's lagoon, and most importantly, compete in battle with your rival Portal Master, Chaos. Chaos, being the game's villain, is perhaps the most brilliant aspect to Skylanders, narratively and mechanically. Just like you, he sends his own warriors and magic through a portal of power, challenging yours to combat. The whole while he addresses you directly, mocking your skills and sputtering in disbelief when you foil his wicked machinations. The genius here is that, well, he's just a bratty kid, an evil, sniveling twerp who thinks he's owed the world because he can command magical creatures. But hey, so can you. In effect, this game gives the player their very own hero's journey in a more direct way than any other interactive experience. Even though Chaos may wield your power, he is everything you aren't, and you are everything he isn't. The goodness inherent in your heart must best him in the end. And don't think it'll be an easy task either. The fights with Chaos are remarkably tense and challenging, pushing your understanding of the mechanics to their limit in increasingly dire gauntlets. It's one thing to combat his Doomlanders, but can you also combat his Doomlanders while bullet hell projectiles flood the screen? I sure hope so. Victory in Skylanders is hard fought and well earned. But Addy, I hear you say, I understand Skylanders is a richly detailed work of interactive art which seamlessly weds the realms of fiction and flesh, and I understand. The combat provides surprising depth through its simple, robust mechanics and wealth of playable characters, encouraging player experimentation. But what about the level design? Well, believe it or not, the level design is also fantastic. Scattered throughout Skylands, there are magical gates humming with elemental energy. Using a Skylander of the correct element, you can explore these, and you'll be treated to the best content on offer. You want a 3D platforming obstacle course surrounded by levitating boulders, a gauntlet of spinning blades upon a stormy airship, or perhaps an ethereal maze of shifting stones, punctuated by vines which rise endlessly skyward. All this and more is waiting for you should you venture off the beaten path. Oh, and each of these segments usually contains a nifty hat. I really like the hats. The hats are pretty cool. Look, I'm not one to talk excessively about optional content, especially in a tightly focused linear experience like Skylanders, but while we're here, this is one of the few games I've 100%ed, and I most certainly will again. Each location is meticulously designed to reward thorough exploration. This is especially true as later levels grow more complex, longer, and integrate environmental pathfinding in increasingly organic ways. Some of the shortcuts, hidden areas, and world detail are truly ingenious. To top it all off, Skylanders is just so full of polish. Your elemental abilities react with enemies and objects in many subtle ways, making the world feel far more alive. It's hard not to fall in love with something so charming, creative, and carefully crafted. Skylanders may most often be remembered as that game which popularized the Toys to Life fad, but it was also truly something special. Hey, you made it. We're at the end of the video. You know, I really love Skylanders. Like, I think it's actually the best children's video game series, and I've played it for years, but I've never made videos on it because it's such a hefty topic. It's a Toys to Life game, which does something really unique with its world building. It's a gauntlet-like, and most importantly, most of the stuff I adore about it is a bit ephemeral, ethereal. Like, it's primarily invested in invoking a sense of childhood wonder. That seems to be basically its mission statement from start to end, and that's hard to analyze because it's such a vague concept, but I'm glad I finally made a video about it. While we're here, it's time to thank my lovely patrons for supporting my content, without whom I couldn't make videos like this. I will be listing all of them for you right now. My wonderful supporters are Ipumpus, Anonymous, Jay, Marth Sinclair, The Roses, Sam Anderson, Some Call Me Anto, Waposa, Mint Horse, Mike Hansen, Kay Storkson, Zuzu, Igor Oliveira, Hawthorne Bunny, and Folly Boyo. Thank you all for your time and thoughts, and I'll talk to you in the next video.